My name is Lora Ahlemann, and I'm a yoga teacher, and I also do teacher trainings as occupation. And of course, I teach here at Hofstra. I never took yoga before. A friend of mine said, "Come do yoga," and I went. And this is my famous story that I tell everybody. I went into a yoga class and I had no idea what I was doing. I was just flopping around like crazy, and fell in love with it. And said, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to practice for 3 years, and then I'm going to get my yoga certification. It's going to be my life. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life." I just fell in love with it. It's interesting, I came into it kind of backwards. Most people usually become a yoga student and then fall in love and then become a teacher. I knew I wanted to be a teacher, and then I fell in love with the practice after that. So it's kind of interesting, but I think it's what makes me very unique in the way that I teach. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it, and the reason for that is because everyone here is young. It's easier to create better habits for you guys at this age, because you're still able to change and move, and if you did have poor alignment, which as I learned a lot of you do because of punching over the computers, so there's a lot of body aches that happens and it always upset me when I first learned that. My first semester here, I had no idea that there was going to be so many complaints of neck aches and back aches and all of that. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, they're so young, they have all these pains, this is terrible. I want to help them, I want them to feel better in their bodies. What was so interesting for me was that because the misalignments haven't been in your bodies for that long, it's easier for me to help you find your alignment, and your bodies respond very quickly. And that's what I learned in my first semester. I was shocked within 2 weeks how people that came into the classroom who were sitting like this were now sitting like this and writing in their reflections for me, the weekly reflections, that they didn't have any more backaches. After 2 weeks, I was like, that's incredible. I just love it because I feel like it's making a huge impact on young lives, and something and giving you tools for life, which is really how I can conduct this class. I conduct it as tools for life, not just you come in and you do yoga with me and then you're done. You go and maybe you take a yoga class with somebody else, but no, I give you the tools so that you can teach yourself and you can practice yourself, and also know how to move in your life so that you don't have those problems happen again. Coming here was amazing because everyone is so open to change. You do get a lot of resistance. An older generation has been practicing, let's say 20 plus years incorrectly, and then you go and you try and show them. So most of the time I have to say that I'm not successful with helping them change their ways because I just don't think they're doing anything wrong. It's very hard for people to change their ways. So I would say overall that would be the hardest thing that any yoga teacher has to deal with. But I have, like I said, I think it's very hard to be successful, depending on how long that person has been working with that misalignment. So like I said, it's so nice to be able to work in a way with people that are open to it, because that's so beneficial, and that makes me happy to know that there's an impact. I'm making an impact on someone's life, and then you go and you teach it to your friends or whatever, and it just, everyone just feels better, and it's just a happy place.